Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday the 18th of December 2020. Thanks for joining me. I want to say a huge thank you to Graham at the post office who helped me out so much this morning. I showed up there with my two giant IKEA bags filled with tarot decks ready to be posted. So if you did order my cards on the website, they are on their way to you as we speak, which I'm really excited about. But thanks again, Graham, for working so quickly and helping me get everything done. I really appreciate it. Let's see what the cards want you to be aware of today, and I'm using the Greenwich Tarot. So I'm going to shuffle the cards a few times here and see what they want to say about Friday the 18th of December. I'm going to choose 3 cards. First card is the 6 of Athames, the 5 of Athames, and the 5 of Chalices. Okay, interesting. The 5s are usually conflict and perspective and having to exercise some discipline around those things. And the 6 of Athames is a journey. So here in this card, we've got someone on this barge and he's got his horse with him and he's going from one side to the next. It's taking a journey, it's taking a trip, it's moving forward with your life, and it's based on your own decisions. So he's got these 6 swords that he's carrying in the boat with him, and those 6 swords are his belongings, his beliefs, his values, the decision to move forward and to leave other things behind and to keep on going. So it's an opportunity to move ahead and to change things up and to do things differently in future. It gives you hope for the future, and it says that you don't need to stay stuck where you are now. You can decide again, you can make different decisions, and you can really change everything up. So if things feel oppressive or if things feel barren, like they haven't been helping you thrive and succeed lately, it really gives you the power to say, I'm not going to accept things as they are. I'm going to use my mind to look at how I can make changes, and it really opens everything up. So the 6 of Athames can be a huge journey, so moving from, I don't know, Germany to Australia, or it can be the move to educate yourself and to say, do you know what, next year I want to sign up for this course and I want to do something else. I want to hone my skills and I want to educate myself so that I become an expert in this new field. It can be making the decision to leave one situation behind, to take everything that you've got and to apply it elsewhere. So it's really a liberating card that says you have the power to decide and you can change your future as a result. And what's interesting is that this side here, we've got winter and nothing's growing. And on this side of the lake, we've got all these beautiful flowers. So it's kind of moving out of winter into spring, and it's bringing new life into your world. And it doesn't just happen externally. You have to make the journey. And by using the power that's available to you now, you're able to regenerate everything that's going on in your life and to have a fresh start and to start over. The 5 of Swords is usually a card that is all about serious conflict. We've got usually someone in the middle of a conflict and picking up other people's swords and competing with them, not being considerate of their feelings and being after what he can get out of it. Here we've got a young man presenting all these Athames to someone who's older and obviously in a better position, just looking at the clothing. So he's rich, he's prosperous, he's got all these wonderful things in his home. And this young man looks like an apprentice, or he looks like someone who's actually made these swords, or he's selling them. And he's taking them to the merchant or the master, who's either evaluating his work and saying, this is good, this is not so good, or he's pawning them and saying, how much can you give me for these? And he doesn't look very happy about it. So it looks like a situation that you're forced into. So having to sell the Athames, I don't know, for money to pay the bills, or going to a professor or a teacher or someone who is in a position of power and saying, here's my work, Please evaluate it. Please be kind. I've worked very hard on this, and here you go. So it may feel like there are some circumstances in your life which feel hard, and you have to make some difficult decisions, and you may have to let go of things which you've really worked hard on and which you really care about. But what's interesting is that, let's say this man were to cross the lake with one sword or two or three or four, it really doesn't make a difference. I mean, they seem kind of arbitrary in that barge here, and it really makes no sense. Why are you carrying all these swords with you? They're going to weigh down the barge. They're going to make your journey much more difficult because you're carrying all this stuff with you. So if you do have to let go of something today, don't lament that too much, because it could actually be liberating, and it could free you up to do better work in future. Or if you're being judged or evaluated, you can look at that and say, well, do you know what? That's your opinion. I don't have to accept that. I don't have to take everything that's given to me and run with it. I have a choice here. I have control. So it's important to realize that things may not be as they seem. And by letting go of some things which you've really hung on to for a long time, you could actually be freeing and liberating yourself, even though it may feel a little bit difficult, and it's not something that you would plan to do under normal circumstances. I mean, it also makes sense in a practical way. Let's say you're moving house. You're not going to be able to carry all your furniture with you on your back if you actually want to go somewhere and rent somewhere furnished. You're going to have to let some of that go, even if there is an emotional attachment. But again, it could turn out to be the best thing ever, because let's say you leave your existing circumstances and you go somewhere else. Let's go back to the renting. You rent a furnished flat and you actually feel like you've got a fresh start. You've got all this new stuff around you that doesn't have the emotional connection. So I really think it's about liberating yourself emotionally, and it's your mind, swords being the element of air, thinking, the way you perceive the world, and letting go of some of those preconceived notions, even though you don't want to let go of them. And that really lightens the load, and it gives you the opportunity to look at new swords that you find on the other side of this body of water here. So it's important not to judge things as good and bad and mine as theirs, as this has so much emotional, sentimental value. I'll never be able to replace it. Yes, you may not be able to replace it, but you may find something new that's even better. So it's having hope for the future and realizing that you don't know everything in your life. You can't make judgments on things that don't even exist yet. And that's why it's important to move into your future with a light as load as possible, so you can embrace new things and you can learn and experience and be filled with a sense of wonder. The Five of Chalices is also about perspective. She's usually got, or in the regular tarot, we've got 2 cups which are upright and 3 that have been spilled. And the card often has to do with grief and loss and feeling like things have gone wrong, even though you still have 2 wonderful things in your life which you can be really, really grateful for. Gratitude is super important. If you focus on the good things in your life, so I'm grateful to have a roof over my head, to have good health, to have some people in my life who love me, to have the option to choose where I live or how I live, the ability to create new Athames in future, even if I have to let go of these. Then you're able to manifest more things to be grateful for. If you focus on the bad stuff, on the things that you do lose, then that really becomes entrenched and you lose sight of the good stuff and you manifest more negativity. And it's really a matter of, am I going to look at the glass half full or empty? Here we've got a young woman filling up these, or actually is she pouring the water out? Yeah, she's pouring the water out onto this, it looks like a grave. So she's watering this and making it more beautiful. So some of the things that she is grateful for and that she truly loves, the element of water is love and connection and spirituality and generosity and kindness and selflessness. So she's watering this and trying to make this look more beautiful. So she's giving a part of herself away because she realizes that it's not all about her. And also in this case, I mean, she's just pouring away some water so she can go down there and find a river and fill these cups up again, but it's for the greater good. So she realizes that in the moment, it may seem wasteful or difficult to pour this out, and it may feel like a loss, but it's not a permanent loss. It's something that can be replaced really easily. And that feeds into this card. So if you do have to let go of something that you really care about, don't worry about it. You'll be able to replace it with something even better, or the loss isn't as serious as it seems. And if someone criticizes you, you don't need to be devastated about that. You can actually take it on board and learn from it, and even become more adept at what you're doing. And then you can create swords in future, not just Athames, and you can bejewel them and make them absolutely beautiful. And that ability to let go is actually the main cause today that gives you this option to free yourself of negativity. It's interesting because the cards are saying letting go of things isn't dependent on whether you're letting go of things that you love and adore or that you're proud of, or whether you're letting go of negative things. The motion is the same. You're going to have the tendency to hang on to everything in your life because it's familiar and it makes you feel secure. And today, try not to judge and just exercise that muscle that allows you to let go of things and to embrace the doubt that comes in, you know, the vacuum that's left, that then says, hey, you've just let go of these 5 amazing Athames you worked on for months. Where's the guarantee that you're going to get this back? There is no guarantee. And that's really the key to embracing this energy of change that's going to free you to discover new shores on which you can really thrive and be happy. So if you're letting go of something today, you know you're on the right track, and that it's going to make space in your life for something even greater to come in. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, number-wise, we've got 5 and 5 is 10, and 6 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7, and 7 is about the mind and creativity. So use your mind to deliberately let go of some things which you feel are really, really important. And especially if you feel like you can't do without those things, then it's a prompt to let go of them. And that's going to get things moving. That will get the energy flowing. Nature does not like a vacuum, okay? When you empty something, it's automatically going to be filled up again. So if there are things which are challenging or amazing, be willing to let go of those, and you'll replace them with something that works more effectively. And all you have to do is realize that letting go isn't such a bad thing. It's actually a milestone or a marker on your journey that says, hey, I am changing, I'm moving in the right direction, I'm on the right track here. So notice what you're letting go of and what that's replaced with instantly in the moment, and what you can let go of that kind of promises to make a big change in your life moving forward and in the future. So don't be worried if things aren't replaced immediately. This may be the start of a journey that really transforms your life. And get creative about it. And once you've let go of something, imagine what could be instead. Because the mind and creativity, the number 7, allows you to take charge of the way you perceive things and the way you decide. And then you can use your imagination and your creativity to paint this wonderful picture for the future. And that can be manifest because you're being positive and you're being willing to change. Have an amazing Friday. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website, gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to order your reading with me. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.